When you collect data, a big list of numbers isn't very helpful. We need to turn those numbers into pictures or graphs so we can quickly see the trends. This is called data visualization, and it's essential for telling the data story. Today, we'll focus on the three main types of plots you need to know for grade 6: the dot plot, the histogram, and the box plot. The simplest graph is the dot plot. It's perfect for when you have a small set of numerical data. To create one, you take every single data point and represent it with a dot right above a number line. This makes it incredibly easy to see the frequency, that is, how often each value occurs. The taller the stack of dots, the more frequent that number is. Creating a dot plot is easy. First, draw your number line, making sure it goes from the lowest to the highest number in your data. Then, for every data point you have, place one dot above its corresponding number on the line. If a number appears 3 times, you'll have 3 dots stacked up above that number. That stack is your visual indicator of frequency. Let's see an example. Here's a set of data showing how many text messages 10 students sent. 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, and 5. Our number line goes from 1 to 5. We'd place 1 dot above 1, 2 dots above 2, 4 dots above 3, 2 dots above 4, and 1 dot above 5. You can immediately see that 3 is the most frequent number of texts sent. Once you have your dot plot, it's easy to read the 3 characteristics of the distribution. The center is where the biggest stack of dots is. The spread is the distance between the first and last dot on the line. And the shape is the overall outline of the dots. You can easily spot if it's balanced or if it's trailing off in one direction. Next is the histogram. This is the plot you use when you have a large amount of numerical data and you don't care about every single value. You want to see the general trends. Instead of showing individual numbers, the histogram groups the data into ranges called intervals or bins. It looks like a bar graph, but because the data is continuous, the bars must touch. To create a histogram, you first divide your entire dataset into intervals of equal size, like 0 to 10, 11 to 20, and so on. Second, you count how many data points fall into each interval. That's the frequency. Finally, you draw a bar for each interval, making the height of the bar equal to that frequency count. The bar's height shows how common that range of values is. Let's look at test scores: 65, 71, 78, 80, 80, 82, 85, 90, 95, and 98. If we choose intervals of 10, we get 60 to 69 has 1 score, 70 to 79 has 2 scores, 80 to 89 has 4 scores, and 90 to 99 has 3 scores. When we draw the histogram, the bar for 80 to 89 will be the tallest, showing that most students scored in the 80s. Histograms are powerful for quickly showing the shape of a distribution. You can instantly see where the data is concentrated. That's your center, usually located near the tallest bar. You can also easily tell if the distribution is symmetric, with the tall bars in the middle, or if it's skewed, with the tall bars all pushed to one side. So when do you use which? The dot plot is best when you need to see every single point, like finding the exact number that occurs most often. The histogram is better for large datasets, where seeing the overall shape and the frequency of a range of scores is more important than seeing every single point. Remember, histograms lose the detail of individual values. Our third graph is the box plot, also called a box and whisker plot. This plot is essential for showing the spread and the median of the data. It's especially useful for comparing 2 different datasets. The box plot is built entirely on the 5-number summary. The 5-number summary consists of the minimum, the lowest number, the maximum, the highest number, and the 3 quartiles. The second quartile, Q2, is the median, the middle of the whole set. The first quartile, Q1, is the median of the lower half of the data, and the third quartile, Q3, is the median of the upper half. To start drawing a box plot, you first mark those 5 numbers on a number line. Then you draw the main box from Q1 to Q3. This box represents the middle 50% of all your data. Inside the box, you draw a vertical line to mark the median, Q2. Next come the whiskers. These are the lines that extend out from the box. One whisker goes from the minimum value up to the box at Q1. The other whisker goes from the box at Q3 out to the maximum value. These whiskers show you the spread of the data's extremes. The box plot is powerful for interpretation. The entire plot, each whisker and each half of the box, represents 25% of the data. If a section is short, it means those 25% of the data points are tightly clustered, showing low variability in that quarter. If a section is long, the data is spread out, showing high variability. Let's find the 5 numbers for this ordered set: 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, 50. The minimum is 10 and the maximum is 50. The median, Q2, is the middle number, 25. The lower half is 10, 15, 20, so Q1 is 15. The upper half is 30, 40, 50, so Q3 is 40. Our 5-number summary is 10, 15, 25, 40, 50. The box would start at 15 and end at 40, with the median line at 25. The left whisker goes from 10 to 15, and the right whisker goes from 40 to 50. Notice how the section between Q1 and Q2 is shorter than the section between Q2 and Q3, telling us the lower middle quarter is less spread out than the upper middle quarter. The key to this standard is choosing the right graph. Use a dot plot for small sets when you want to see every single data point. Use a histogram for large sets when you want to see the shape and the frequency of ranges. Use a box plot when you need to focus on the median and compare the overall spread of 2 different data sets. A best graph depends entirely on the question being asked. If a problem asks you to find the median, a box plot gives it to you instantly. If a problem asks how many students scored exactly 82 points, a dot plot is the only graph that can tell you. If the question is about the overall shape of a class of 200 students, the histogram is the appropriate choice. Here's your final review on what each plot does best. The dot plot shows individual frequencies. The histogram shows grouped frequencies and the overall shape. The box plot summarizes the data's center and spread using quartiles. Learn to match the graph to the data you want to display, and you'll always tell the right story.